Back here on the Columbia College Coaches Show, talking soccer today with head coach John Klein of the Columbia College Cougars. Into AMC conference play, first matchup Harris-Stowe at home, and then some tougher matches on the road for you guys. Preview a little bit about where you're at. You're opening into conference play, have yet to play in the conference.
No, but I think we feel good about entering conference play. We're coming off two great victories against Friends and Lindenwood, two solid performances, and I just think we enter conference play with a lot of confidence. First up is Harris-Stowe. Harris-Stowe hasn't won a match this year. We certainly don't want to take them lightly. Really like Scott Hartwig, the head coach there. He does a good job, but right now I guess they're not finding the net. You know, we need to go out and just continue to play at our level. Certainly we want to find the goal early and see if we can put 3 or 4 on the board against Harris-Stowe. Next up is Williams Baptist. We'll travel to Arkansas to play them. They seem to be up a little bit this year. They're at about 500. Haven't had a lot of success in conference play over the years, but we've had a few close matches against them from time to time, and certainly, you know, the 5-hour bus ride. You know, you gotta, when you get off that bus, you know, we'll try to get down there 2.5 hours early, just get out, stretch the legs, loosen up, and then we need to put another good performance on the field.
And I think that's something that you have to factor in. A lot of people don't realize. They just say, okay, Williams Baptist, 5-hour plus bus trip. How does that work into a routine? It's completely different than the 2.5 hour trips to St. Louis or other matches in the conference, obviously with, you know, William Woods being closer. But how does that factor? How do you guys prepare as far as the extra
well, it
travel?
does, and certainly we could go the night before, but it's a late afternoon match, and you know, I think we can drive 2.5 hours, get off the bus, stretch the legs, get some lunch, and then finish it off. You know, back in the day when I had to drive, we wouldn't take a 5-hour bus ride in the same day, but the comfortable charter buses, everybody's got their own seat. You know, it's pretty relaxed. They can get up and stretch a little bit. So typically, I wouldn't go much past 5 hours on a single-day trip, but we've been doing it, and I'm comfortable with the performance that we can put on the field.
Because it's definitely it's a difference. I mean, you talk about on a bus, you're talking, you know, it's a long trip.
It is. It's 5 hours, but like I said, I mean, they can get up, we'll stop, we'll eat, and they'll be fine. You know, they'll give their best effort, and hopefully we can come out of the week 2 more victories ahead. We'd love to be at 6-3 going into a McKendree match down the road here.
That's another one that's on the road, another big rival matchup with you guys and the Bearcats at McKendree. What do you know about what they're bringing to the table this year on the soccer field?
You know, I haven't studied them too much. You'll look at their scores. I think they've got a couple losses, a couple ties. Probably don't have a great win under their belt yet. They are the #1 ranked team in the conference. They haven't cracked the top 25 yet. They're getting votes. We're getting votes. So that'll be a big match to determine, you know, who maintains that #1 seed in our conference, or that #1 ranking in our conference for the next couple of weeks.
This conference is really top heavy. I mean, there's a lot of teams that have kind of come to the pack and hang around the middle with William Woods. I know they're off to an undefeated start right now. I don't think they've played a conference match yet, but McKendree's up there. Hannibal LaGrange as well brings a tough squad. They're coming to Columbia here on the 16th for Family Day.
Right now, that grouping of schools looks extremely strong. Park University is another one. They had a couple of big defeats early on. They give up 3 or 4 goals, so you were starting to wonder, but they've been coming into their own, and Ramon Palmer is always dangerous up at Park University, so they'll be in the mix. I think Park, Woods, Columbia, and Hannibal, that's probably a pretty good, you could probably expect to see those 4 at the top of the conference come the end of the year.
You can find the full conference schedule on ColumbiaCougars.com. You can also hear the matches there. The home matches broadcast on the website. And again, the 16th, the date to circle on your calendar. That's the homecoming Family Day festivities, as Hannibal LaGrange will be at Columbia College. In conference play, a couple of your players awarded this week. Ken Cyril's your goalkeeper, a couple big shutouts in goal, the defensive player of the week in conference. And then Edgar Reyna, the offensive player of the week, with both goals in the 1-0 wins, including the thriller in overtime against Lindenwood. Talk about those two guys real quick.
Yeah, both players very deserving. Certainly Edgar, you know, outstanding way for him to get his first goal at Lindenwood overtime, 109th minute. What a celebration it was. I'm sure that was a great feeling for him. And then to come back on Saturday and do the same against Friends, get the winning goal. Really the first goal, we were hoping for a few more in that match, but it held on to stay. He's been an impact player up top for us. He can play with his back to the goal. He can turn defenders. He can just hold the ball for us while we support it. And he's a great striker of the ball. So, and really hasn't scored a long strike yet. Both those goals were just sheer effort, getting to the front of the box on a couple great serves by Dylan Barduzzi and John Hutchison. And then Ken in the back, I mean, he's been a spectacular shot stopper for us for the last 2 years. A couple moments early in the year, that I think he'd like to have back, the goal against Illinois Tech. But he's solid, and he was a big factor in the Lindenwood victory. Friends didn't have a whole lot of opportunities, but we need Ken to keep playing at his highest level so that we can extend this season as far as we want to.
But that match with Friends in a downpour at times, almost blinding downpour with the wind as well. Any little slipper, a wrong shot the opposite way in the rain, you got to be even more on your toes almost than you do in a normal, beautiful night in goal.
Absolutely. I think the one against Illinois Tech, it could be attributed to the, the wetness and the slippery. I think it just slipped right through his hands. So, I'm sure he was thinking about it, but he was alert through the whole match, and he's been doing a good job back there talking as well, just like Nicola and Tevlin. So from a defensive standpoint, I feel real comfortable right now. I think we're pretty sound. We just got to continue to look for where we're going to find scoring opportunities and who's going to score goals for us.
Well, the guy who scored the last 2 for the Columbia College, Edgar Reyna, the Offensive Player of the Week, as we mentioned. He is our guest coming up next. It's the Coaches Show on Mediacom Channel 22.